everyone. My name is Conrad Smith, and I'm the marketing manager at AIM Transportation Solutions. Today, I'm excited to be on the line with another one of our awesome customers. This time, it's Jamie McCawley, General Manager at Gold Seal Distributing. Jamie, thank you for joining me. How are you?
Great, Conrad. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And so with more than 50 years of experience, the way I understand it is Gold Seal has become one of the most trusted beverage distributors in the Loveland, Colorado area. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the geography there, Loveland is about an hour north of Denver. And the folks at Gold Seal, they specialize in providing coffee, tea, and beverage supplies. And Jamie, your customers know that they can count on Gold Seal to keep them fully stocked and open for business. And in order to support and preserve the stellar reputation that you and everybody else at Gold Seal have built, you guys require efficient and reliable trucks to make your deliveries on time every time. That, of course, is where AIM comes in. And there are plenty of reasons that make a full service lease through AIM so attractive to businesses, such as lower monthly payments, a lower upfront cost. So you can take that, you don't have to have that capital wrapped up in your equipment. You can invest it back into your core business. And then there's, of course, the administrative relief through things like licensing, permitting, and fuel tax reporting, the worry-free maintenance and upkeep, which is the big one. And then our 24/7, 365 road rescue service, so that, you know, if your driver blows out a tire at 2 a.m. in the morning, they're calling us, they're not waking you up, and then plus a whole lot of other benefits. And so with all that being said, Jamie, I'm eager to hear about your experience leasing with AIM. But before we get into that, could you start off by telling us a little bit about Gold Seal, specifically maybe like the company's history, the daily mission you guys carry out, and anything else you'd like to mention?
Yeah, absolutely, Conrad, and thank you for the introduction. So Gold Seal is a relatively young company, but we were based on about 40 years of experience in the as an Anheuser-Busch wholesaler, along with some other brands that most people would maybe recognize, including Odell's and Sam Adams Boston Beer, and I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 others. But so we spent the last 40 years doing that. And so, but Gold Seal is a relatively new company where we're specializing in, like you said, in the kind of the coffee specialty section of the market. So that's what Gold Seal is. We have delivery routes from southern Wyoming all the way down to southern Colorado, up and down the I-25 corridor, and we have currently just over a few hundred customers, so that we service pretty much every week. Most of them every week. We do both dry and frozen. So yeah, quite a few moving parts. And we had used AIM exclusively when in our Anheuser-Busch distribution, and had always had great luck. And just great service. It's also very close geographically to where we are. I think the service center for us is just less than 5 miles from our warehouse. So that's just an added bonus. But one of the things that we have appreciated so much is just the flexibility. You know, as we have seasonal fluctuations in our business, we may need extra pieces of equipment or a little less, or we might need bigger or smaller. Also, while we were trying to get oriented in this business, and we weren't sure just exactly how big our drops would be, or, you know, how big of a lift gate we would need, AIM worked with us really seamlessly to help get us whatever equipment we needed for that week. So it's been a great relationship so far.
Awesome. Well, that, I mean, we love to hear that, and I think that's really something that we hone in on is the flexibility that, you know, us being family owned and operated, and we're not, you know, one of the mega giant companies, that we can be more flexible and we can work more one-on-one with our customers. And so with that being said, what led you to choose full service leasing versus owning your own equipment?
Yeah, Well, so actually, a lot of the things that you mentioned there, our core competency isn't being mechanics or anything else. We wanted to uh, keep keep as much capital available as we can to grow our business and to purchase inventory and those sorts of things. So it was much less capital intensive way to move forward. And also like say the benefit of not having to commit to ownership of equipment that we didn't know for sure was going to be the perfect fit for us, in terms of size and or refrigerated or not, those sorts of things. So those were both really big benefits for us.
And I mean, you kind of already touched on it a little bit, but I'm sure that you shopped around a little bit when you were looking for a leasing provider. What kind of led you to choose AIM versus some maybe our competition?
Yeah, absolutely, we did, and we had two companies that we visited, AIM and one other that we visited with before we made that decision, and we liked for one thing, probably the biggest thing for us was the responsiveness of the salesperson that we deal with and still work with all the time, and he is great. And I would say among the 30 or 40 company reps that we work with now, I would put him squarely at the top. Maybe there's one or two others that are up there as well. But yeah, so our salesperson was really good. He knew the answers to our questions. He understood that we didn't maybe know exactly what we wanted or didn't know what we were going to need long term. So that was helpful. Also, the idea that the service center was so close, so we can get it in for maintenance. That's a fairly painless operation, just to drop a piece of equipment off and pick up another one. Fueling, those sorts of things. Everything is real close. So all of those things weighed in, but overall, I would say it was just the relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, again, that's something that we hear a lot, that and of course you're referencing Mike Wall as your sales guy, and he's awesome. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody more knowledgeable about this industry than he is. And but that goes to show that, like, and that we hear that from our customers all the time, is that they can just pick up the phone and they have one contact. They're not dialing a 1-800 number and being put on hold. They know who to call, and then they deal with whatever issue or concern or question or whatever might be what might come up. So that's great to hear. And then, so now, after hearing why you chose AIM, I would love to hear about your experience. You kind of already touched on it, but I mean, maybe there might be some specific instances you might want to reference or anything like that. And where do you see this partnership between Gold Seal and AIM going?
Oh, well, yeah. So I think I did touch on that relationship part of it earlier, but yeah, I see it being a really long, fruitful relationship. We plan to, grow, add maybe 2 or 3 routes a year if things go well, and we fully expect that AIM will be our partner in that.
Awesome. I mean, and again, we love to hear it. So that's great. And then, of course, one final question for you, Jamie, and it's kind of the softball question. Would you recommend AIM to another company considering full service leasing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, we already have. I would imagine I've given out Michael's contact information a half a dozen times. So,
great.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. That was an easy one.
All right. Well, Jamie, I so appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to talk with me, and thank you so much for being a part of the AIM family of customers. You have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Conrad.
Hey, thank you.